So an entity, as defined in the DDD book, entity is a model with an intrinsic identity, something that identifies this model uniquely, and it's a persisted identity. It's always going to be the same. So the name may change. Like you are an employee, you may get married and your name changes and you will change your name in the system, but your ID doesn't change. You may move to a new house and change your address, but your ID doesn't change. You may change your classification or affiliation, your schedule, your payment method, but your ID won't change, right? So it's a unique representation here that identifies an employee in the system throughout time, throughout changes. The ID never changes. It's immutable and it's unique. When you have this property, you have an entity. Now, a value type is something where it doesn't matter the ID, like an address. We could have an address struct representing an address with line 1, line 2, city, postcode, and so on. But you usually don't have an ID for that address. Or even something like money. You can say like, oh, this $5 is $5. Like $5 is $5. But you cannot say that this $5 is exactly the same as this $5. They have the same ID. Like it doesn't make sense for money, for example, to have an ID. So it's not an entity. Money is not an identity. It doesn't have identity. So it's a value type. You compare money by their value.
Yeah.
Is this $5 and $5? Yeah, that's it.
Mutually interchangeable.
They're interchangeable. Yeah, exactly. You can buy the same things with these two $5. But entities like people, things that have an intrinsic ID, unique ID in the system, they are entities.